It's crazy. I literally had this game since like the pandemic, and I had to play this game probably about like a total of like I can't even count on one hand, but it's amazing how much content you could get from out of this game. Like literally, like this is like literally like probably like my thousandth time playing this. Like I beat the story and everything, you know. And to be honest, this is gonna be kind of. I mean, this is kind of like controversial, but I would probably say that this is actually better than Spider-Man 2. Not necessarily the story. I wouldn't necessarily say the story, but I'm just saying like in terms of like the combat. I know that's like really that's like a really controversial thing to say at this point, but I don't know. It was something with like the combat and part two where it was good, but I don't know. Like I don't know. Or I could just be. It could probably just be me being biased because you know I've been playing this for so long and like I don't know. It just like Spider-Man 2 didn't stick with me in a way that this game stuck with me. You know, like I literally go back to play this now. Don't get me wrong. Like I still go back to play Spider-Man 2. Like I go back to play that one. You know, but it's not as frequent as this one. You know, like the story, as I said before, like clearly yes, the story in Spider-Man 2 is better, but like with this, like um like with this story, it kind of like gets, it kind of you know, it kind of gets to the point because you know originally it was supposed to be a DLC if I'm not mistaken. Like you know, it's only a 5 hour game. You know, you could pretty much beat the game in 5 hours. You know, so yeah, this is definitely a classic for me. Like I think this is like one of them games that's definitely gonna like remain like in my rotation. Like as a matter of fact, speaking of that, like I actually have what's that? This is I've actually spent the most time like out of all of the games like in my game library. Like this game, I actually like got the most hours out of. Like, and I've actually gotten the most content out of because I actually created a YouTube channel back in like 2018, but I didn't really start uploading videos until 2020. So it's actually what's that? It took me a little minute to like you know kind of like start getting views because I wasn't really like I wasn't really uploading like that. But you know, being that you know I'm even though like I've been you know making videos, like I'm still a little you know I guess you could say new to YouTube. Like I'm still trying to figure out everything because like sometimes the algorithm is a little you know like sometimes you get views, sometimes you don't. You know, so that's part of the reason for why now I'm actually trying to like incorporate you know commentary more so because you know I don't want to be like one of them channels that just you know just play games and that's it. You know, like you know I do it for fun. Like you know I do it for fun. You know, but yeah, definitely. But I wanted to know like exactly like for the people you know for the people that's watching like because I'm a big you know I'm a big Spider-Man fan. You know, I also you know make a lot of Sonic you know content, but you know my channel is predominantly like you know Spider-Man, Sonic based, but you know I do venture off into like different like you know gameplay and everything. You know, but what do you think? Or how do you think the next not Sonic, but like the next Spider-Man game is going to be, like Spider-Man 3? And exactly when do you think it's going to come out? Because honestly, like it's I'm trying to I'm really just trying to figure out like what direction are they going to go with the story because like you know I remember with you know they had Venom and from what I would you know recall they said that you know I guess well they didn't really give Venom that much like screen time, you know, and that's kind of it's crazy because I was actually telling somebody this not too long ago, like because as I said I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so like even with like the Sam Raimi movies, like I remember that you know with the Spider-Man 3, remember like there was like a big controversy behind like you know like the Venom character and everything and how he didn't really have that much screen time. He showed up towards like the ending of pretty much like the ending of the movie. Like yeah, they were saying that he what's that? Yeah, they pretty much were kind of saying that the studio kind of forced them like you know to like shoehorn Venom in, but according to like I guess Sam Raimi, like the only villain that they really had wanted to focus on in that movie was Harry as like the Green Goblin, and then the Sandman. So that's why like Venom feels kind of shoehorned in. But I noticed like whenever it comes to Venom, like they never give Venom like his own specific movie. Like, of course, you have the Sony movies as well. Like the ones with Tom Hardy. But other than that, like to be honest, like I went to go see the one with Tom Hardy. I honestly like I fell asleep on it. Like the last one, like I'm not really a fan of it because I really don't like how they take and they make Venom like he's a joke. Like Venom, of course, like I'm not gonna sit here and act as if like I was like like I'm big into comic books and stuff like that. But I've watched enough of like the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, and just seeing Venom in general. Like I know that he's a character that's meant to be serious, but I just don't like how they take a lot of characters that's meant to be really serious, and they just turn them into a joke. Like I don't know, I really don't like that. You know, but hopefully like it's a little better. Like the Spider-Man 3 is actually a little better, and I'm still kind of wondering like if they're going to give Miles like his own like another standalone game, because I feel like that's actually that would be good, because even with the Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, like he wasn't really clearly like it's a Spider-Man game, so like clearly Peter is going to be like more of the focal point, you know. So it would be nice if Miles was to get another game, and I honestly like, to be honest, like when it comes to Miles Morales, his combat system goes a little, smoother, and on top of that, like his web slinging is actually better as well. So yeah, definitely. And as I said before, like just moving on to I guess like the next topic, like I do like I do Sonic based content as well, so whoever's interested in that, I have a couple, I have a couple of them on the list, you know. Yeah, I've been playing Sonic Generations lately, like because like they just recently came out with the Sonic X Shadows, Shadow Generations. So I've been playing that a little bit more. Like I've actually had it since like from the moment it came out. I actually had it, but like now I'm actually like really sitting down and like getting to it. Because like I'm playing more so of the Sonic Generations, because I mean I had that. That's like really a classic, to be honest, because I had I had it for the PS3. I'm actually still mad to this day. Like I actually got rid of it. I think I probably like sold it to GameStop when I was younger. Back then when like GameStop was doing like the trading games and everything. They still do it to this day, but I mean, the less we talk about GameStop, the better, because like their business practices are crazy, So but yeah, like, but I've been playing Sonic Generations a little bit more. I gotta sit down and play more Shadow. But I want to beat Sonic Generations, because if I'm not mistaken, even though I had Sonic Generations like for the PS3, like I don't really recall beating the game. Like I don't recall beating the game. So like yeah, so that's part of the reason for why like I want to finish Generations before I truly like sit down and like focus on Shadow. But I played a couple of levels. Shadow, it's definitely good. It's a little different. It's slightly different, but it's really the same. So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going wild. I'm getting crazy like in these what's that? These highlights, these Spider-Man highlights. I'm telling you, like when I use Miles Morales, man, like you can tell like it's like such a big difference like when you use Miles Morales and then Peter Parker, because like even when I with Spider-Man 2, like it's kind of hard to like go back and forth between Miles and Peter and like not see the difference. Like Peter is like significantly slower, and I don't know, like it just kind of like and like I said, I like Spider-Man, but I like Peter Parker, but I don't know, like they just I don't know. Miles is just kind of better, like when it comes to like the combat system, and like he's just a little bit more faster and like fluid with his, you know. Like with Peter, he feels a little bit sluggish, you know. Um, but how do y'all feel about the Venom? Like you know, like the Venom. I guess you could say like the anti Venom that Peter got in Spider-Man 2. Like, I want y'all to let me know how y'all felt about that. Yeah, definitely. So, yep.
I'm close, but I need to take care of Roxxon and the underground before the streets are safe.
Yeah, the thing about playing this is like, yeah, you really gotta make sure. And that's another thing. I actually have it on the hardest difficulty. Like, you know, when I play Spider-Man or any game for that matter, but specifically, I guess you can say Spider-Man. You know, I actually like to play it on the hardest difficulty because I like a challenge. You know, so if you get hit once or twice, it's pretty much over. You know, so just make sure when you dealing with like these guys, like the big brute enemies, like from the underground, like yeah, just make sure you have you know, you have some of your gadgets. You know, I like to play, being that I like so much of a challenge, like I actually like to play I actually don't like to use the gadgets, you know, because, you know, I make it a little bit easier, but I do respect that, you know, with this one compared to, there's actually a little bit of gadgets compared to like the last game, because I remember like with the last, well, yeah, with the first game, pretty much like the first Spider-Man, there was like a bunch of because I watched a video about this not too long ago. They did mention, and I noticed it myself, you know, when I was playing, especially like when I went back to play. But I noticed that like there's actually a lot of yeah, there's actually like a lot of different gadgets that, I mean, to be honest, like you don't really use it. You know, you're not really using those gadgets, you know. So, but yeah, definitely.
We need to get out of here. But I can only carry some of you.
Yeah, like
She started already.
I played this so many times, man. It's not even funny.
Spider-Man sighted.
Get out of here, young blood!
I was shocked, like when you know, when I first played this, I was really shocked when I seen that the Uncle Aaron was actually the Prowler. You know, and another thing, I'm not gonna lie, another thing I kind of like, I like this game, but like with the villain Finn, yeah, she was a terrible friend to Miles. Like, it's like she was more concerned about like him not telling her that she was Spider-Man, but on the other hand, it's like she never told him that, you know, like it was just crazy. Like, you know.
They deserve what